Let's start then.
Yeah.
With our first recording. Anda hoped, asked me a lot actually. Let's make a video.
On the first night.
On the first night. Which first night? What do you mean?
It's the second.
Second night. Second night of what?
Of being around the world.
Okay. We come back to that later, I think, as well. Maybe a bit more about ourselves. Because this is our first video. I think a bit uncomfortable as well. Like how it is to record yourself. I mean, that's a bit scary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you feel okay with it?
No, I don't.
No?
No. But I wanted to record how I made dinner and you said it's not nice.
Yeah, you want to make a recording during dinner?
Yeah, maybe people would have been interested at least to see a nice dinner.
Well,
if not,
no
whatever
offense,
the
but
fuck
was it that
we
nice?
have to say.
Dinner went a bit different than planned, but anyway.
Yeah, don't buy Hungarian pasta. Stick with the Italian stuff.
Yeah, well,
it's better, yeah.
We could have known that. Anyway, so yeah, Anda wanted to make a recording during cooking. I was like, I don't think with all the background noises is the best idea, so we have it now more at the tranquilo pace, I think. It's now evening.
But that would have been more smooth. At least we did something. Now we just want to say something and we don't know what.
More natural or what?
Yeah.
During cooking, yeah.
Yeah. More
anyway.
Entertainment. Yeah.
Now we're more serious, more focused, right? Mm-hmm. We can go deeper.
Mm. So what happened yesterday?
Pooh, what did not happen yesterday? Yeah, we're actually, it looks a bit like our old home kitchen, the countertop here, but it's not. We're actually in Budapest at the moment.
My house in Budapest.
Yeah, that song is always in your head, huh? Mm-hmm. What's from Ezra, or what? That's how he's called, I think. Anyway, we're already going off topic here. Not that we actually have topic, because Anna said, I want to make a recording.
Yeah, raw.
Yeah, indeed, like just whatever. We start a camera and we'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's what you get as well. And we will see like whatever we're gonna talk about, I guess. And at the moment, I think that's maybe a good start.
What happened yesterday?
Yesterday, I was a bit uncomfortable actually.
What day was yesterday?
It was a big day because we officially started like traveling for a long time.
How long?
Well, it's undefined long, actually. Right? We don't have a clear end date, like when we're gonna end traveling. So that's really nice actually, that we can just travel as long as we want, or how long it's fun, or
but for now we can travel for how many months?
You mean like we calculated like with our budget and everything, like yeah, it's now like what, 15 months I think it was, 14, 15 months. In the case of
not doing anything?
Yeah, like we would not earn any money, which of course is not the plan. But that's, let's say, worst case scenario, right? That let's say we would not be able to earn any penny in the next year or whatever. We will still be okay-ish. But yeah, that's, we can speak about that later, I think. Those things like budgeting, which I think is interesting as well. Because it is important. Because that determines how long you can travel and what you can do, like activities. Those kind of things. But yeah, yesterday was actually the start, that we left with a backpack, only clothes, two big backpacks, right? And two day bags. Well, yeah, one laptop bag, right? For all the
One
electronics.
backpack too much for me. Actually, two
Yeah.
backpacks too much for me because they're freaking heavy.
I, by the way, already knew this is gonna happen. That Anda starts complaining about how heavy the bags are because, of course,
Because they are actually heavy.
I'm always such a good boyfriend that I carry normally the bags and the groceries and everything. So I'm used to it. For you, it's a bit new, right? To have a, I don't know, how many kilos do you think is yours?
It was 12
Something like that, I think, yeah.
when we carried it.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah, from Amsterdam to Romania it was 12. Yeah.
Yeah, so probably the same-ish. So yesterday we actually started, well, we first lived in Amsterdam for 5 years almost. And yeah, that was not it, let's say. I mean, it was nice. I think we had a nice time there. We did some nice things. I think we can speak about it maybe another time when we had our nice and stable life, right? Everything arranged.
Yeah.
And that was still not it. So that's why we were like looking for some challenges, I think, something else. Something more, yeah, raw maybe. Yeah, some challenges, something different, not every day the same kind of. I mean, that's how it was, I think, a bit for us at some point. It was super stable, super comfy, but the weeks were just passing by, and yeah, there was like less challenge, I think. Yeah, you get in this comfy bubble, your routine,
Yeah.
and I think we started to hate that a bit at some point.
So we started to do what?
Well, we already went a lot traveling, I think, or holidays. We spent a lot of time and money, of course, on holidays. Always, every year. Always wanted to go out, to explore. So yeah, that's for sure, I think, one of our big passions that we share. And yeah, yesterday we actually left Romania, because Anda is Romanian. I'm Dutch, by the way, so that's why we lived in Amsterdam. Well, that was one of the reasons. Because, yeah, we had our work there. So yesterday we left from Anda her parents because we visited first our family. And now we're totally free to go. We actually don't own much, like in the way of
Two
materials. Yeah, that's why it was a weird day, I think, because we had it kind of. We owned a lot of things if you look at the material
House,
way.
car.
Indeed, yeah, a house, a car, like the I think the classic stuff that everybody wants to have at some point in their life.
Huge wardrobe.
Yeah, indeed, too many clothes for sure. And I think we are still kind of aware with it, I would say. I mean, I know people that have way more even. Like, that's crazy. But indeed, yeah, like, I think that's a bit what made us crave like a change. We ticked kind of all the boxes, right? You have your student life, you have to study hard. Everybody's telling you the harder you study, the better job you get, the more money you get, the better your life will be, the more happy you will be. That's what you promised. So that's what we did, I think, right? In our 20s, early 20s. Did all of that, achieved everything, what was, I think, expected from us, from parents, maybe society
we didn't
also.
achieve marriage and baby.
Ah, yeah, that's still something on the bucket list, right? Still something to come. You never
We didn't
finished.
achieve that.
Never finished learning, eh?
We achieved other things. University, career, house, car, whatever, holidays.
Yeah, like I said, the more the material things, I think, materialistic. So, and yeah, then you at some point realize also after you did that, there's more. Like, you can have the nicest car, you still.
Yeah,
I think for us,
we didn't have the nicest car.
No, but it was like, you could not complain about it either. Let's say, like, there was nothing. I think.
We had the nicest apartment in our building.
Yeah, that was also something. Well, we worked hard for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I want to say. Like, it doesn't matter, like, how nice something is or expensive or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. And you still want something, I don't know, pure or real, let's say.
And what's real? This kitchen? It's a bit better than ours because it has an island. I always
Cooking
wanted
island,
an island.
Yeah, well, that's something we try to explore now with traveling. Inspiration, right?
Yeah, that's really inspirational because it has the island.
Unless craving for cooking island.
Yeah, I didn't score that.
Not yet.
Yeah.
And now you have.
And now I have a cooking island.
For 3 days.
For 3 days.
Yeah, so let's go back to yesterday actually. So yeah, we left everything behind.
Yeah.
We literally sold everything, like, name it. Okay, we stored some personal items. And of course our clothes, we didn't really, well, we gave away also a lot of clothes.
Like
to charities and stuff. Yeah, a lot. Because you have too many, as we already said.
Yeah.
And yeah, now we're like, that's actually the biggest thing for me. It feels like so free.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I never felt so free. Yeah, like, as a kid, you always had to go to school. Even if you don't want to, you have to.
Yeah,
okay.
that's another subject.
I don't have to tell Anda, the Romanian girl, about this, because I found out as well now being in Romania several times that, indeed, the parents are a bit pushing on the kids, let's say, with this educational thing, which in Netherlands is a bit more freestyle, I think.
Yeah, I hate the school.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I hated it. Yeah, of course, every kid has this right that you...
There's nothing I hate more than school. Okay, let's go over that.
And still she did the masters. Like, yay, so happy. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I want to say. Like, that feels weird a bit. Because you first have school, then it's university. After that, it's your work or your training or whatever you're doing to prepare for something. And everything you have to do, kind of. And now there's like this kind of gap that you don't have to do something.
You have to do this podcast.
I have to do this, yeah. Anda is forcing me actually to do this.
Yeah. Oopsie.
And I know, I'm like always like, why do we have to do that? You know, like, who's interested in this? All these kind of things is in your mind, right? But now I actually already realize that I'm continuously talking.
You are, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I should be okay for podcast, I think, because I like to talk. But yeah.
You'll find that out later on. Just do it.
Maybe. I know that's with a lot of...
There's only one thing you have to do. This podcast.
Okay, no, that's good. You'll do breakfast tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, good. No. No, but yeah, that's actually also, I think, something I definitely learned, that we all have those dreams, right? And things you want to do. And it doesn't matter how much you learn or read about it or hear from other people. The only way to achieve it is to do it. Like, with the podcast as well, like now...
Yeah, but you didn't want to do this podcast. But I think you have to do this podcast. Like...
Yeah, maybe it's a way of, I don't know, expressing and sharing, which is a way of processing maybe what's going on also.
No, I really, like, I mean, like, you have to, because, like, there's things that can be helpful, I think. and you can't keep it for yourself only.
Yeah, that's what I mean, right? To share it, to get rid of it, or how you say?
Yeah, but not for you to get rid of it. I think it's for others to hear it. I think it's important.
Yeah,
It's the other way around.
yeah, okay, that you can help other people, let's say.
Like, you must share it so others can hear it.
I have no choice.
No, because it's not your story to keep. It's a nice story which has to come out.
Yeah, true. Of course, because you live it yourself, so you cannot say, unless you admit that you have a boring life, like, hey, it's boring. But indeed, I get, and we get a lot of, I think, confirmation from people that say, holy shit, that's so cool what you guys are doing, and so, not weird, but extreme maybe, or different. That's maybe the good word, different. And indeed, people, I think, admire it a bit. Also, it freaks them out, because it's so uncomfortable to literally, right? To sell everything you have, to quit your job, all your stability. And I think I had it yesterday, like, when we traveled in the train from Romania to now Hungary, to Budapest. And yeah, it was like 5 hours. And just sitting, okay, we read a bit and a bit on the phone. And then I realized, like, oh shit, that was real, yeah. There's not like a holiday or something and after 2 weeks you go home and you go to work again. No, there's no work after 2 weeks. There's no home after 2 weeks. Like, nothing to fall back to.
You can always go back to...
Of course, you can always go back to that stable life. Yeah, I think that was for us also one of the biggest, I think the last step, I think. Because of course we were thinking about this a lot when we lived our stable life. Like, oh, how would it be to travel and all these things?
Okay, this we thought, but we actually didn't think too much into this, because come on, like, let's say in December or like maybe even January, we were not even thinking about such thing. And then in April it started, and then in May the apartment was on sale, like...
You're more dreaming about it, let's say, because you don't really know, of course, what to expect and how it will go and all those things. It's more a dream, right? I'm traveling the world, I don't have to worry about work and all those things. It's more of a dream always.
Yeah.
And indeed, you have to... Now, what I want to say, to put that switch, let's say, to change into that, to make the decision. If you know that's what I had at some point. Like, because people always tell you, like, what do you have to lose, right? Your good job, your car, your house, everything. Oh, it's a good investment, your house, your apartment in Amsterdam, blah, blah, blah. But then you think, okay, but I did this, I achieved this. I don't think it was luck, right? You, of course, worked hard for it. You made effort. So why can you not do this again if you have to? In other words, you can always go back to that again, right? To something that you already created.
Because it's scary, because it was difficult. I mean, it was difficult to achieve that.
No, but if you think like that, because everybody or a lot of people think they focus on what you have to lose always. That's another thing, right? I think we were also at some point way more craving for what we have to win.
Yeah.
Like, what's on the other side, like, traveling, like, what a lot of people maybe think it's unrealistic. Okay, you can believe in that and keep thinking that, and then indeed it's never going to happen. And to make it a bit more comfortable, let's say, to go out of the comfort zone, to make such a switch, is to think about that to maybe take a moment to see what you indeed achieved so far in your life. And you did it already once, right? So I think for sure you can do it the second time, and probably even better, because you have experience. if I now have to buy a real estate or something, I'm more comfortable with it than the first time, of course, because the first time you don't know anything. And that's, I think, exactly the main purpose now. That by doing a lot of new things.
To do something for the first time.
Oh yeah, that's always how you
learn.
A
lot of things for the first time. Like living in Budapest.
Yeah, but that's how you learn, because you need to, okay, I was now thinking about language or those kind of things. But yeah, you have to always adapt to different situations, different cultures, different people, language.
So lesson learned, don't buy Hungarian pasta.
That was not the best idea. Plus we are, of course, monitoring the budget, so we kept that also in mind. We should have maybe gone for the bit more expensive option in this case.
Just stick with the Italian pasta.
Yeah, but that's how you learn, right? Yeah, it was still good to eat.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's, I think, because I thought like, okay, what can we speak about? Well, literally when we start recording, actually. But yeah, I think the main question now is like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's exactly what I ask you. Like, what are we doing?
Like, what is this?
What is this?
How would you describe it?
Craziness?
Yeah?
No, I think it's courage, a lot. And a bit of madness.
Yeah, you need courage for sure. Like, even until yesterday, like I said in the train, even though you're so kind of sure about this is the right decision, of course you still have your doubts a bit coming up sometimes.
So you're doubting?
It's not that I doubt that we would not have a good time and to achieve what we want. But of course you have voices like, oh, what if this, what if that?
What if what? What voices are?
I don't think it's like yesterday I was more processing so far what we did in life. So I was thinking about my previous work, those kind of things. It comes a bit by in my head, you know. Literally when the train was driving, it came all kind of like a movie. It like passed a bit. So that's why I was a bit in the zone, and it was more, I think, saying goodbye to that or something. That was the feeling, maybe.
Okay.
Which kind of made me a bit uncomfortable, because that was all your comfort you had. That was all the safety. Which I saw kind of coming by, like, bye-bye, it's gone. And that can, like, that doesn't freak me out, but it is like, oh, but indeed, what's next? Because I like to be in charge and in control, right, of things. Which now you're not really accept. Of course, the travel plan you have, you can, of course, decide all those things, where you're going. But what there is going to happen at that location or something, yeah, we'll see. But that's not why I'm scared for, actually, because I know that we will always be fine, you know. Of course, you maybe get shitty experiences or uncomfortable situations in certain countries or certain situations, I don't know. But if you think like that, like that will be a reason to not travel or to explore, yeah, then you indeed should stay at home and do nothing. But yeah, no, I don't. A good question. If it's doubt, I don't know. It's not like regrets or something.
Okay.
That I don't have yet, and hopefully that doesn't come.
Okay.
No, it's like kind of every day since we quit and stuff. It's like, oh shit, this feels so good.
It does?
Yeah, it does.
So then why were you nostalgic yesterday in the Big Blue?
Because I think that's typical me, which is postponing emotions and those kind of things. Until the moment is there that you basically cannot go back.
You couldn't go back the moment we signed. We're selling the apartment.
Correct. But I don't know, it's still like, even though we did some trips, some holidays after we sold the apartment, but still in my mind I'm a bit like, okay, this is like a regular holiday. Even though I know like I'm not going back to work again. But that was exactly that kind of rhythm, like 3 weeks there or something, and then, oh no, indeed. But then we went maybe to my parents, to your parents, still in this kind of, could be a visit to them.
A visit to them, but not going back to our place.
True,
we had our place in Amsterdam.
Yeah,
we didn't go back to Amsterdam since.
Yeah, still I don't really miss it actually.
Okay, but...
Do you? You a bit more, I think.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I'm a bit surprised, like, but maybe that will come later for me, I don't know.
I don't know.
But I'm a bit surprised because I am kind of that homey guy, like, I like my comfort at home. And I think I also dreamed about this, like, maybe 10 years ago, to have this life, this stable life, you know, everything comfort. You know that you have enough money every month, so you don't have to bother about that. Your own house, your own furniture, you know? Because of course if you're a student, you only can dream about this. And yeah, that's so funny how that can change. And
okay, but it changed into what? So what are we doing at the moment?
Well, I think our main problem at some point was, like, let's say, it's a longer process, but let's say a year ago, like, what do we really want? Where do we want to settle or to live? Although we lived 5 years in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
At some point it started a bit like, is this it? Is this what we want? So I think there started to struggle a bit. Like, what is our dream place? And we honestly, until today, we don't know. We don't have a clear answer like, oh, it is Spain, or it is Italy, or whatever country.
Okay.
So we were like, okay, maybe we have to find out.
So we had to sell the house, quit the job, sell everything, leave everything behind to find out. So that's what we're doing now, or what are you saying?
No, that's a little part of it, of course. In the whole big picture, let's say. Of course, there's more things that we were maybe not happy with, like the work we're doing, the country we live in.
Our neighbor, when he was smoking. Oh.
That's really specific detail.
No, that was fine. He only smelled really bad.
Yeah, but that was not a reason to to do this, right? No, but like, yeah, of course there's more things that you must be able to do such a crazy thing. But no, I think the main reason, like, what are we doing is to maybe also find a bit more from ourselves that we didn't discover yet, some parts. Like for me, I didn't know differently than I wanted to be this in my life. A certain job, have that. And then when that moment arrives and you do it for some years, then the doubts start, like, what? Is this really what I want?
I never knew what I want, so...
You're still searching. Maybe. Yeah, but I don't... Okay, that's maybe going a bit off topic or to a different subject, like knowing what you want, purpose, give it a name. And I think a lot of people have this. They don't know what they want.
But do you know what you want now?
At the moment? Meaning like work-wise or?
No, but what do you want now? I mean, there's this happening. So what do you want with this?
Well, it's quite clear for me what I want. I
Okay,
want to,
so what are we doing? We're traveling the world.
Mm-hmm.
For what?
I think to also look for uncomfortable situations. That you're like we already had like in Romania that shower is not working, all kind of things, and you have to shower outside.
That would have been easy, you know, like we just put the plugs off and live in the apartment. Like
No, but you cannot simulate this, right?
survival mode. Why not? Well, we did it for 2 weeks when we constructed the bathroom. We showered in a bucket.
Yeah, but that's exactly the thing. You at home, you're not gonna do this.
We did. We showered in the bucket in the kitchen. You remember?
Yeah, because the shower. But that's exactly what I want to say. Because the shower was not ready or it's not working.
Yeah.
But if it is working, you're not gonna not shower because what's that?
So
that's
why do you have to sell your whole life to get uncomfortable situations?
No, because I don't think. No, I think you can also not fake them. Really.
And what does it help you, this uncomfortable situation?
How can you train that? Those kind of things. Like
you go on holiday, you go to whatever, deep Africa, there is no water at all, only a small well for the whole village.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
That's it.
Then you're not faking it. You're gonna look for it.
But then you have 3 weeks there. You go back to your comfort and it's fine. Like, why do you have to have it forever like us?
No.
Or at least for whatever months we can afford at the moment.
No, I think, but that's what I would say. Like in your uncomfortness, that's where you make the steps, right? That's where you learn a lot of things. Like yesterday in the train, I was not in an uncomfortable situation because I was in a proper train. But then you have thoughts that can make you uncomfortable. And that's not like something, I don't know, you can simulate at home or when you're in your bubble.
Okay, so we agree we're traveling the world. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, of course. That's
Are we doing something else?
That's what we're physically doing, and on that journey, I think, right? We want to learn. I think.
So we're traveling the world for you said first of all uncomfortable situations.
/ learning.
And second of all, learning.
Yeah, to learn. To explore, to discover, to find, like I also said, maybe things inside of us that we don't know about.
To explore yourself or to explore the world or
both.
like, okay. What else?
To meet a lot of cultures, people. I think we're gonna hopefully meet great people. Maybe with the same...
We met quite some. I mean, our job was quite multi-culti. I mean, compared to
I'm not saying
the average person, we were exposed a lot to, right?
Yeah, but that's nice, right, about traveling that you meet.
That's also how we met. I mean, you're Dutch and Romanian, like...
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why you travel, to meet people. It's not like we're traveling because we don't have any nice people where we were. So we have to escape or something because we need to find nice... No, that's not what I'm saying. That's one of the byproducts, I think, of traveling. That
yeah,
you
but we already were exposed to... We already had friends from many countries and...
Yeah, but that's even more why we want to travel, because then you meet all kind of crazy people from all kind of countries, all backgrounds. And I think also more maybe like-minded people, because they're doing the same, maybe, or some kind of the same thing. Because that's what I at some point at my work really noticed, that everybody was like, oh, so cool, and they're like admiring it, I think, the plans, or they're even admitting like, dude, I don't have the balls to do it, but yeah, I hope I could do it. Of course, and you say, yeah, you can do it, because everybody can do it. And that's what I really believe. Yeah, what are we talking about?
What are we?
Yeah, what are we doing? And then I started about the people that we met.
And for
Anyway.
what reason are you with traveling? That's what we were establishing, and you start talk over the subject.
Indeed, I lost myself also.
Yes.
A bit there in the story.
A lot.
Anyway, but I had a whole list, right, with things. Now I'm gonna give the question back to you.
But what is the biggest thing? Why are we doing it?
Change.
Change.
Yeah. Change in our, let's say, rat race life that we had. And challenges that we're gonna face.
You keep saying it with challenges, Jelte. I don't want that many challenges. Like,
No, you want?
I already showered in the, what was temperature, 12 degrees with water from the well. Like, what more challenge? I went in the ice cold water in Norway with the glacier in there.
But that's exactly what you need, I think.
Okay, well, I already did. I don't have to prove myself that I can. Of course I can.
No, but like, yeah, like that's. But I said like learning. I think for me is the biggest. And discovering maybe our next step, where we maybe not think too much about yet, is after this traveling and this adventure, which we don't know how long it's really gonna take. Maybe 2 years. I don't know, right? Till we are done with it, or we feel satisfied, or I don't know how we will feel in the future. But of course, at some point there is going to be a step also, right? That you want to settle, maybe make a family.
I do want to settle.
And yeah, but that's probably also something we want to find out. That we maybe with traveling and experiencing, we find out, or it's more clear for us where we want to settle, based on all the things we see. I think that's also a big reason. Well, what is for you then?
Oh, for me, it's simple. It's just because the way it functioned for the past 5 years, it didn't work anymore. I did not feel like I was living, so... Everything different, I was happy with it.
Okay, so you were a bit like, it felt like you were a bit stuck on the
stuck.
road somewhere.
Yeah.
So, change.
Yeah.
Something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. And I think if you at some point reach that point that you have enough of it,
Yeah.
then you are somehow strong enough.
There was no more development out of there.
But it's a bit, I think, indeed, in summary, right? That we come to the conclusion it's change, meaning more uncomfortable things, meaning you have to learn.
Yeah.
And in the end, I think you also will be way more, literally wise, experienced, right? With how you say, life knowledge, life skills,
Okay.
how
And
to deal with life.
now the biggest question, was it worth it so far?
Well, this is day 2 of traveling, so
Yes.
so far, of course, a big yes, but
we actually finished our safety and stability and all that kind of life a while ago, huh?
yeah, but that's
Because it was a long time until this day. We closed everything on 17th of July. Now is, well, yesterday was 1st of November.
second. No.
Now is 2nd. It's still a long period.
Yeah, but I think we had a lot of distractions in that period. A lot of things going on. So, and like, yeah, we stayed at families, we went on holidays already. So, which was all quite comfortable, I think, I would say. It was not really like now, like, okay, now it's real, like,
Yeah.
we only have a backpack and that's it.
But that life is still gone for a while, so was it worth it?
Yeah.
And do you think from these 2 days that we spent so far, is it worth it?
It is. Because like I said, that feeling that you, or literally like, you wake up and it's like, oh, what are we gonna do today? Or you already have a plan a bit, but that feeling you cannot, yeah, you cannot really have that. Like, if you're so stuck in a pattern, like we probably both had this, and I think a lot of people have this, that, let's say, have a career, that if you have 2 weeks holidays, probably on day 3 of your holiday, you already start thinking about, oh yeah, if we go home, I have to do this, I have to do that, or oh, my first day at work, I have to do this, I should not forget about that. You're already in your mind, you're like, even though you're on holiday, you're not somehow that free as you want to be, maybe. Or you're even gonna force it, like, oh yeah, this is the last week. I should really, oh yeah, we should really enjoy it now. You know, those kind of things.
So are you free now?
Yeah, I feel really free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even like...
And do you enjoy this freedom? Is it not freaking you out?
No, not at all, actually. It's almost already bothering me that we already have some things booked now, like flight tickets. So I know already on the, whatever, the 20th of November where we are. That's already, a bit boring. Like, oh, I already know that. Like, I don't know. Like, I was never like that, actually. I was always like, I need to know everything. Everything has to be planned. Like...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And now it's more like... But I think that has to do with also confidence, I think. That you know that you're not gonna die, you're not gonna, you know? If you don't book something 3 weeks ahead, it's not like life-threatening situations.
Okay.
Well, I remember we did trips and then even at 9 in the evening we still didn't have anything booked for the night. And
in Edinburgh, our first trip.
yeah. And the people are looking at you like, what the fuck are you doing here like this time? To ask for a hotel room. But...
So that was a good hint back then. Like,
but even then I knew like, okay, but worst case, yeah, okay, it's not nice, but we sleep in the car. Or, you know, like it's not like...
But now we don't have a car.
Okay.
We sleep under the bridge.
Well, theoretically, yeah, if that's needed. But that's like... But maybe that's also another part of this story that I'm not freaking out yet, or quite comfortable, let's say, is like the realization that you don't need much, actually. Like indeed, it's nice to have some shelter, right? So, but yeah, those things you can book. Clothes is nice, especially if you're cold.
This is a comfortable place.
So that's what we have, and okay, we're gonna speak about this probably another time, the whole money thing, but it is of course...
Let's make it 45. Let's make it 45.
45 minutes, oh yeah. We can make it to an end. No, but that's what I would say, like if you have those 3 things, you're quite fine already.
So, shelter, clothes?
And money.
And money.
Because that's quite handy, right, to get things.
With money you can get shelter and clothes. You only need money.
Yeah, okay. But don't, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to put so much weight on the money thing.
Okay.
But let's discuss it another time. Then.
So, we are traveling the world, unlimited. So there's no destination.
Now we have some things
There's no
booked.
final destination.
No, for sure not.
There is
It's funny because people ask me, like, oh, when are you coming back? Like, Or no?
There is no time limiting. There is no planning. Only short planning.
Of course, we have an idea, right? Where we want to go, what we want to see.
Okay.
Globally, I would say, not in detail.
And what else? There's no limits. There's no.
We have a budget, of course.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's our limits. Maybe it will limit you sometimes. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's really spontaneous as well. Everything. And I think we both are a bit more like that.
Okay,
I was not like.
That doesn't matter. I'm just like, okay, we round it up with what we're doing at the moment, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But that's. I think you made a good summary. Like, we are like exploring, traveling, with literally only backpacks.
Yeah.
And some personal items stored, and that's it. That's all we have. Oh yeah, the great camera now.
And if you want to find out more of this story, you have to watch more episodes, which Jelte has to actually record them.
Are we gonna make more of this?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay, so if we have 3 views, then we will make more. Yeah? Deal? Okay, let's do that.